Hello everyone. So today we're going to discuss Java data types. Guys, data types in Java is the most important topic because if you want to declare anything in Java, you must specify its data type. So there are generally two types of data in Java, that is primitive data types and non-primitive data types. Guys, primitive data types are predefined or inbuilt types of data which are supported by a programming language. It is inbuilt in Java. There is no requirement of creating or developing it. Whereas non-primitive data types are not defined by the programming language, but are instead created by the programmer. So non-primitive data types need to be created, whereas primitive data types are by default in Java. So guys, look at this. We have two types of data types as I have discussed with you. It is primitive and non-primitive. Under primitive, we have Boolean, numeric, which are further divided into many parts, which we're just gonna discuss. But if I talk about non-primitive data types, in that we have string, array, interfaces, and so on. So guys, let's get started and understand primitive data type first. I'm again repeating, primitive data types are those data types which are inbuilt in Java. You need not to create it, whereas non-primitive data types are the data types which need to be created by the programmer. So let's get started with primitive data type first. So under primitive data type, first data type is integer data type. Guys, whenever we hear this word integer data type, we always think int falls under it, but it's not like that. We have four types of data under integer data type, that is byte, short, int, long. So int is just part of it, but it's not just int. Byte is also there, short is also there, and we have long also. Byte is 8-bit, means if you want to store data which is of 8 bits, you can use byte. If you want to store data which is of 16 bits, you can go ahead with short. If you want to store data which is of 32 bits, you can go ahead with int. And if you are storing data of 64 bits, if it's a long data, you can store it in long data type. Mostly we use int and long. Hardly we're gonna use byte and short. Most commonly we use int and long. So let's understand this practically. So let's say if I want to declare a variable of byte data type, I'll write byte, name of the variable, assign, value. So this is how you can declare something. If you want to store 8-bit data, so what I mean to say with 8-bit data? 8-bit data means it can hold combination of 3 numbers. But if I want to store more than that, let's try this. It will give me error. If you are storing 3 numbers, it's not going to give you any error. But if you are storing more than 3, that is in this case 4 numbers, it is giving you error. Why? Because it can hold only data of 8 bits. Let's try it with short. Look at this. As soon as I've written short here, this error disappeared because short can hold 16-bit of data. That means it can hold 5 numbers. If I'm storing more than that, it's going to give me error message. So guys, that is the meaning when I'm saying it can hold 8-bit and 16-bit. That means it is restricted to handle particular amount of data. If you are passing more than that, it will give you error. So if I'm writing int instead of short, I can pass 32 bits of data. Int can handle combination of 10 numbers. So that is 32 bits. If you want to pass data more than that, then you can give data type as long. So last video we understood how to declare and assign values. But what are the different data types we have? We're going to understand that in this video. So I'm not assigning and declaring anything. I'm just showing you how particular data type works. So guys, next data type which we're going to work on is relational data types or floating points. If you have decimal contained in any number, you can use floating point or relational data types. It is of two types, float and double. Float can hold 32 bits of data, whereas double can hold 64 bits of data. So now let's see this also with practical example. So if I have to store data with float, I'll write float, assign, float A, assign value. So value must have decimal with it. And you will close it with F at the end and semicolon. So you have to specify F at the end if you're using float as data type. You can store 64-bit of data with double. So you'll write double and then the value. We need not to write anything at the end. but this is how you can specify double data type. So guys, if you think you are storing a value with decimals, you have these two options, that is float and double. If you are storing number without decimals, you have option integer and long, although you have shortened by 2, but we hardly use it. As I've told you, we hardly use it, so always go for the option of int and long. And if you have decimals, you have these two options too. Next data type is character data type. Character data type is if you want to hold any character. So guys, there is always a confusion between string and character. Character is only one character. Combination of character is called string, not character. So if you want to store only one character, we can use this data type, which I'm going to show you now. So let's say I'm storing character, so I'll write char, any variable name, and then in single quotes you will pass one character. This is char. But if I have to pass multiple set of characters, let's say I want to write Smith. Now this is not character guys, this is string, because I'm not writing one character. I'm writing combination of character, and that falls under string, not character. So see, you will get the error message as invalid character constant, because it is not character, it is string. So that's very important from interview point of view. In interviews they mostly ask you what is the difference in character and a string, or maybe they will give you option like this. They will write down that character A assigns Smith, whether this is a right statement or not. So if you understand difference between both of them, then you can easily justify the answer. So guys, this is what character data type is. Now next type of data is Boolean data types. Boolean data type is a data type which returns you true or false. Means if let's say any calculation is giving you output as true and false, you cannot store it in integer, you cannot store it in floating points or characters. So for that, data type we have is Boolean data type. Let's look into the example of Boolean data type. So I'll write Boolean A assign. You can either write true. Look at this, true is accepting the value. But if I'll write something else, let's say if I'm writing ABC and semicolon, it's not accepting it. Why? Because Boolean can accept only two values, that is true or false. So guys, these are primitive data types. We will understand its implementation in our next video. But first you need to understand what are the different data types, what is difference between them with respect to their size, and which sort of data they can handle. In our next session, we're going to understand implementation of these data types as well as operators we can use. Thank you.